In the heart of a dense, whispering forest, nestled at the edge of civilization, stood an ancient, crooked house that time had forgotten. The villagers nearby spoke of it only in hushed tones, warning their children to never stray too close as night fell. They said the house was cursed, haunted by the spirit of a witch who once dwelled there, seeking revenge against any who dared to enter her domain after sunset. One cold, misty evening, a curious and brave young boy named Ethan decided to challenge the tales. Armed with nothing but a flashlight and his own waning courage, he ventured into the forest as shadows lengthened and the last light of day faded. The trees seemed to close in around him, whispering secrets in a language only the wind understood. Finally, he stood before the house, its windows like dark, unblinking eyes staring back at him. Ethan's heart raced as he stepped onto the creaking porch, the door ominously swinging open as if welcoming him into its depths. Inside, the air was thick with dust and decay, but Ethan pressed on, his flashlight beam cutting through the darkness, revealing remnants of a life long gone. Suddenly, a chilling gust of wind snuffed out his light, plunging him into darkness. In the blackness, Ethan heard soft, whispering voices circling around him, speaking of forgotten times and ancient vengeance. He fumbled for his flashlight, heart pounding as the voices grew louder, more insistent. Then, as suddenly as it had died, the light flickered back to life, casting long shadows across the walls. But he was no longer alone. In front of him stood the spectral figure of the witch, her eyes glowing with a malevolent light. She spoke in a voice like the rustling of dead leaves, telling Ethan that he had trespassed into her realm and now must pay the price. Fear gripped Ethan, but he found the courage to speak, apologizing for his intrusion and begging for her mercy. The witch considered him for a moment, her gaze piercing his soul. Then, as unexpectedly she had appeared, she vanished, leaving behind chilling silence. Ethan, taking no chances, raced from the house through the forest and didn't stop until he burst into his own home, safe but forever changed. From that night on, Ethan never doubted the stories of the old, the wisdom of the cautious. And the ancient house stood silently in the forest, waiting for the next curious soul to dare its dark, whispering halls. But none came, for Ethan's tale spread wide, a warning whispered at bedtime to those who dared to dream too boldly of the mysteries that lurk in the shadows.